Hello, welcome back. Do you have absolute confidence in God? Hebrews, the 11th chapter, verse 1 says, Now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. Today, I would like to share a passage from Mark, the 9th chapter. Jesus and his disciples, Peter, James, and John, returned from a high mountain where they witnessed Jesus being transfigured right before them. When they came back to the other disciples, they saw a large crowd around them and the teachers of law arguing with the disciples. When the people saw Jesus, they were overwhelmed with wonder and they ran to greet him. Jesus asked the disciples, "What are you arguing with them about?" A man in the crowd answered, "I brought my son, who is possessed by a spirit, to your disciples. And I asked your disciples to drive it out, but they couldn't." Jesus rebukes his disciples, saying, "You unbelieving generation, how long shall I stay with you? How long shall I put up with you? Bring the boy to me." They brought him to Jesus, and when the spirit saw Jesus, immediately it threw the boy into convulsions. And Jesus asked the boy's father, "How long has he been like this?" His father answered, "From childhood." Now, this is where the story gets interesting. Verse 22, "It has often thrown him into fire or water to kill him. But if you can do anything, take pity on us and help us." "If you can," said Jesus, "everything is possible for one who believes." Immediately the boy's father exclaimed, "I do believe. Help me overcome my unbelief." Isn't this interesting? I believe, but help me to overcome my unbelief. Have you ever felt like that? You believe in God, but something that you are experiencing causes you to have doubt or fear? And of course, we know how the story ends. Jesus rebukes the unclean spirit, calls it out of the boy, and he was healed right before the crowd who was watching. And can I tell you something? He can do the same thing for you today. And I don't know what it is that you're going through. I don't know what it is that's causing you to fear or to have doubt. But one thing that I do know is that the Lord is still a healer. He's still a deliverer. And he can still remove evil spirits. And here is how. Later, the disciples asked Jesus privately why they could not drive the spirit out. And Jesus replied, "This kind can come out only by prayer." And depending on what translation that you read, it says that it can only come out by prayer and fasting. So the real question to ask within yourself is this: how is your prayer life? How often do you pray? Do you take prayer seriously? And if you're like most, we often get distracted, we get discouraged, we're busy. We all have room for improvement. So I would like to encourage you today to make prayer a priority. And whenever you're feeling like you are lacking in faith or fearful or doubt, remember that Jesus has the power to change your situation. And like this scripture says, that all things are possible to those who believe. So I want to encourage you today, have absolute confidence in God and know that he can hear and he will answer your prayer. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.